Welcome to DBL. Beyonce was in London for the premiere of her Renaissance tour movie.
Yes!
Oh my God, you scared me. You scared me.
Well, nobody else did. It was built up inside.
We have to look at these looks. Go back. Okay, so first she was in that sparkly black dress, the one before, with a black bodysuit underneath. That's not the one. That's okay. There it is. Okay, then she later changed into that silver beaded. Yeah, we're waiting for it. Okay, there it is, the silver beaded bodysuit with a blue jewel in the middle. But everyone is talking about a moment that Beyonce's mom, Tina, posted about on social media. While taking pics, Beyonce noticed her daughter, Blue Ivy, was cold. So she goes to get her something to warm her up. Tina said that particular moment brought her to tears. Oh, Erica, she got to see her daughter be a mama.
Well, the whole thing, when Blue was performing during the Renaissance concert, Beyonce's just standing at the height of the stage, just watching her the whole time. And it's like the most visceral, powerful thing to see, kind of the torch being passed on. I can't believe that the child's 11. She has such a presence about her, but I don't know. This is I know we're gonna get into the special guest appearance and all of that, but I feel like this is just such a powerful moment, and that women should be looking at this. I mean, anyone should be looking at this, but the power of collaboration and amplification in this moment is everything.
That moment, just really quick, when they dance, and I'm not going to do the dance, but when Blue Ivy and Beyonce hit, and at that one moment, there's a picture that a New York Times person took, and it's them passing the torch with lights behind it. It's a beautiful mother-daughter moment.
Oh,
it's
and
really
I just saw a proud mom.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even see it in the sense of the grandiose stage and passing of the torch. I just saw a normal proud mom.
Yeah.
And to me, that it makes me see Beyonce just like every one of us. It's hard to say that about Beyonce because she's so perfect.
I saw a daughter without her jacket.
All right, so Taylor Swift also made the trip to London to support Beyonce at the premiere. That's right, Taylor wore this long gown in silver. As many remember, Beyonce made a surprise appearance at Taylor's Eras movie premiere back in October. Taylor also paused to take selfies and greet her fans that were lined up along the red carpet. Meantime, Green Bay, Wisconsin is getting ready for the possibility that Taylor will show up to the Chiefs game to watch Travis Kelce take on the Packers this weekend. Some venues are hosting Taylor-themed dance parties, and there's even a Swifties guide to the city. Tori, I just saw you perk up. Tell us what's going on.
Well, can you imagine, we were talking about earlier the break of Swifties showing up at a Green Bay dive bar. It's just a really weird pop culture, kind of Wisconsin. They take it so seriously, and she's there. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited.
Clearly, you've never been to a Green Bay bar.
I've never been to Wisconsin.
Plenty of times, and I'll tell you, you would be surprised. Shout out to Confetti's in Green Bay. Yes, get your grasshopper.
What?
Yeah, a good drink. A good drink.
You're saying a lot of Green Bay dive bars are Taylor Swift joints?
You think they would love having a bunch of Swifties there?
No, they wouldn't.
I'm just saying that your idea of what it might be a little different than you're.
Is
you're
it not
no,
it's middle of America, it's hardworking dive bars, and a lot of
a blue collar dive bar.
Yeah, I just don't see Swifties being they're gonna be shut up.
I used to party at a place called Confetti's back in the day in Green Bay, and it wasn't like that. It was
that's one place. We're talking about all the general bars in Green Bay.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yes, you're picking out
others than confetti.
There was one place 22 years ago they would have been welcome. All right.
That I hold 75% stake in.
What do you mean? Confetti, Chef? Best drinks in Green Bay?
Jeff, how would you
half price?
How would you feel if you were at a Bears bar in Chicago, and then all these Swifties come in? How would you feel about that?
Isn't every bar in Chicago a Bears bar?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
is it?
That's a good point.
Why? Here in Denver, they're not all Broncos bar. Don's is a Chiefs bar.
There's a Michigan bar down the street.
Yeah, go Blue. Yeah, exactly. Go backpedal in the corner.
Yeah, you got me.
I think we can move on.
Yeah. want to know, would that bother you? Because I see you as a football fan.
I would just like if somebody enjoyed the Bears too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now they're not doing great.
Okay,
Sorry,
fair
buddy.
enough.
Although they did win, but it was the worst game I've ever seen.
It was the worst game ever played.
Yeah, so let's get off the Bears.
Okay, so we got to talk about Felicity Huffman because she is back in the news. She has broken her silence 4 years after the college admissions scandal. So Felicity and fellow actress Lori Loughlin spent time in prison for paying bribes to get their kids into college. In Felicity's case, she paid $15,000 to have someone correct her daughter's wrong answers on her SAT. She told ABC7 the mastermind of the scheme, Rick Singer, said her daughter would not get into college otherwise. Watch.
When he slowly started to present the criminal scheme, it seemed like, and I know this seems crazy at the time, that was my only option to give my daughter a future. And I know hindsight is 20/20, but it felt like I would be a bad mother if I didn't do it.
Felicity spent 11 days in prison, paid a $30,000 fine, and did 250 hours of community service. Rick Singer was sentenced to 3.5 years in federal prison. Tori, you look angry. You have got your arms crossed. You're shaking your head.
I'm actually interested in my thumb holes that I was so excited about. No, I was interested. I can't. At first time I saw that, I didn't believe Felicity Huffman, and I was sort of annoyed by her because I know her as an intellectual, and I know her as someone that can't possibly believe that a con man is the only way her daughter can have a future. That possibly can't be in her head. Is there a community college? Was there a 2-year college? Some tutoring?
And see, that's to your point, that's why I think that even though, Sam, you applauded her for being so cathartic about
Wait, hold on. I'll speak to that. Go ahead, because that's not how I feel in its entirety.
Okay, her honesty.
I'll speak when it's my turn. Go ahead.
My chair keeps going down with every bad point I make.
You better just pack your bag.
You're speaking for me about something that means that I feel very passionate about as a former athlete.
I take that back. Well, I'll just say I think she's missing the point. I think that it's a tougher conversation she needs to have, that this was about her and not about her daughter at all. Because if it was about her daughter, you wouldn't try and sneak to get her in a place that she clearly wasn't ready to be at yet.
Right.
What you would try and do is get her the tutoring, community college, hold back a year. I don't know what's going on with my chair. So I'll just stop talking. Yes, and it keeps going down with every word. So I'm trying not to. I feel like
Sam's got a secret button under there.
Sam's anger.
If you don't like what you say, you get
affecting gravity. Yes.
What's that scene in Austin Powers?
Did you see me keep going down?
I can tell your eye line used to be here.
And it's just like it keeps going. And it won't stop.
Okay, first of all, the only reason why I wanted to speak for myself is because I have a much more nuanced take than what I said in the meeting earlier. As someone who is a former student athlete, I can't imagine all my blood, sweat, tears, and years, because we know most of those college admission scandals students got in under the guise of an athletic scholarship. So I do want to preface my point by saying, as someone that put blood, sweat, and tears and years in a pool, I would have seen blood. Like, I would have seen red if somebody who had no experience as a swimmer took my spot to get into UCLA. So with that said, though, I don't think we can judge Felicity Huffman in this 5-second clip, you guys, because she was the first one. I'm not condoning anything, by the way, but she was the first one out of that whole group to take real accountability. If you remember her actual press release, the moments this story broke out, she took full accountability and she went to prison for it and owned it, as opposed to Lori Loughlin, who we saw this spin zone, the backpedaling and excuses. So I just want us to remember that before we you're laughing.
Al looks like he's 4 years old.
I'm like enjoying it though. It's kind of relaxing. I was just like looking up at Sam like, that's a good point.
Fix it.
I wish your jacket somehow got bigger.
I can't handle it. I can't. Can you fix it?
I'm like this. I'm owning it.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Erica tells me to own my truth. That's what I'm doing.
Look at how little he is.
Okay, we're going to the next story.
That was ironic.
Raise your chair.
Can't.
Raise it up, please. Raise your chair up.
Do you think I didn't? It keeps going down.
All right. What would you do? This is a question for the panel. And of course, at home, we want you to ponder this as well. What would you do if you found $1,000 on the sidewalk? Would you keep it? turn it into a police station? Well, a new study revealed that 47% of people would keep the cash if no one witnessed them picking it up.
And I have some factoid Sams. Al, can you hear me? Okay, the cities most likely to pick up, to pocket the cash: Detroit, Memphis, New Orleans, Baltimore, San Antonio. Cities most likely to hand over the cash: LA, Tulsa, Atlanta, Miami, and Jacksonville.
Interesting.
I'm gonna add
Interesting, because
Chicago.
I never got asked that question.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Sorry.
Okay, then would y'all?
I'm going to add Chicago to that list because I found $500 in a cab. I mean, granted, it wasn't an actual wallet, and it was
just loose cash?
No, it was in a wallet.
Okay.
I found a wallet. It had $500 in cash, and then it had like $250 in pesos, and it was a girl who was had a German passport, or like the card was from Germany.
She had everything in
So
there.
I went to, it was Lollapalooza, so I went to the German consulate and turned it in, and then I left a note that was like, hey, let me know that you got it back. I never heard anything, but I did leave it at the German
So
consulate.
Erica did the right thing, and then
No, she
someone at the
didn't. She
German
spent
consulate.
$500 at confettis.
No, but
I did
Yes,
not.
she did.
The German consulate was at the Omni
Round of
Hotel.
drinks over here.
That's how she bought into her steak in that bar. That's right.
But don't you think if I had a wallet with info, I would clearly try and make the effort to give it back? If I have loose cash on the ground, I might be taking that money.
Same.
Yeah.
If it's just loose,
blowing in the wind,
like tumbleweeds, who's not to say, oops, it's fell into my pocketbook?
although I am a big karma stickler. I don't want that karma to
but
come
where do you
bite
put
me.
the
But how are you? What are you supposed to walk around to
Right.
strangers?
Yes,
Do you
I
want
would.
this?
And then when nobody says anything, I'd be like, I tried.
Everyone's gonna say something. They'll say, "Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found it."
True.